The first major electoral test for the U.S. presidency is now just weeks away. So far, the current campaign for the White House is putting more focus on issues like income inequality. Many Americans are concerned at the increasing gap between the rich and the middle class and poorer sections of American society. But will voters do anything about it? Well, we begin with this report from CCTV's John Gilmore.
Thank you so much for coming out.
Senator Bernie Sanders is making income inequality a major issue as he runs for president of the United States.
Together, we are going to create an economy which works for working families and not just millionaires and billionaires.
The rich he rails against make up America's so-called 1%. And income inequality in the United States is now at its highest level in almost a century. A recent report by the Institute for Policy Studies, a left-leaning U.S. think tank, shows that the top 20 wealthiest people in the U.S. own more wealth than the bottom half of the American population combined. That's a total of about 152 million people. Workers at the bottom are pushing for higher rates of pay, but the disparity with rich Americans is massive. In 2014, for instance, the same group determined the financial industry on Wall Street paid out $28.5 billion in bonuses to its employees. That was more than double the earnings of all full-time minimum wage earners in the U.S. Meanwhile, the rich are also playing a major role in American politics as they try to convert their financial power into political muscle. A New York Times investigation found just 158 families and the companies the owner control provided nearly half the money, $176 million, to Democratic and Republican presidential candidates in the early stages of the current campaign for the White House. And winning influence in Washington pays off. Another recent New York Times report showed that the rich have been able to leverage loopholes in the tax system that saved them billions of dollars. And that works out well for the rich when their taxes are due. In 2012, the top 400 earners in the United States took home, on average, $336 million. But will this growing income disparity ring a bell with American voters? As many demand change and more equality. John Gilmore, CCTV, Washington.